You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Right now, phase 2 of the rescue mission in Thailand. We're hearing right now possibly a 5th player may have emerged from that cave.
And happening today, a major road project begins in downtown Venice. We're going to have a live report on just how it may affect your commute.
And President Trump expected to announce his Supreme Court nominee in a prime time announcement tonight here on ABC 7. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, 6 o'clock, Monday, July the 9th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up with us. The three are finally back. It's been a minute since all three have been in here at the same time.
It's been a long time.
Thanks to really great vacations.
We're all back, tanned, rested, and ready, John.
We could make a B movie. I don't know. Temperature, 77 degrees, says Cooper, our youngest weather watcher. Cooper, who has computed his feels like temperature to be 90. I love that kid. Dry weather across the Suncoast. We got a little bit of fair weather cloudiness that comes by from time to time, but lots of sunshine in store for you. And as we head into the afternoon, I think that drier weather will start to work its way southward around the edge of Chris, newly formed strong tropical storm that has the potential to become a hurricane, but has no impact on our weather, except to maybe dry us out just a little bit as it draws down some drier air to the north. Now, for today, there's plenty of moisture located to the north, and if you are driving north today out of the state or heading, say, up to north central Florida, you're going to get a lot of thunderstorm activity. Going to Orlando today, get ready, because there'll be plenty of thunderstorm. Now we have some slightly drier air in place across our region, and I think our rainfall chances will actually be less than average today. So this might be a great staycation day for the Suncoast. We're looking at quiet conditions for your commute to and from work this afternoon. Maybe an isolated shower or two, but the rain chance I'll hold at 20% today, with the daytime high coming in warm at 92. Complete forecast in a second.
Thank you, John. We'll take a live look right now of downtown Venice. Very peaceful there right now. That's the main retail drag there. Plenty of nice shops and restaurants along there. And also a big construction project on the roads starting today. More on that in just a few seconds here on Good Morning Suncoast. Checking the roads right now. First off, in Manatee County, nothing to report so far. Looks free and clear if you're traveling today. Farther south, we'll find out that in the northern half of Sarasota County, still an ongoing issue on 301 at Myrtle in the southbound lane. There's still a backup there due to some two cars colliding, it looks like. Otherwise, all clear. And then farther south, nothing to report right now at 6:02 on your Monday morning.
Right now in Thailand, the race is on to get those remaining soccer players and their coach safely out of that cave before more rain and flooding. Now this morning, 4 of them are back in dry land and receiving treatment at area hospitals. Some good news too this morning. The rescue mission is going on to release the rest of those. Now CNN is actually reporting that a 5th person has now been rescued from that cave. ABC's Maggie Rulli is tracking all the latest developments.
It's a race against time to get the remaining Thai soccer players and their coach out of that cave and out of harm's way. The team trapped for more than 2 weeks miles underground. On Sunday, 4 of the boys were brought to safety. These newly released images showing first responders whisking one of them away. The aunt of one of those rescued boys saying, "I'm glad that a lot of people came to help. A lot of government agencies are helping us. I'm so happy." The daring bid to rescue the others was suspended late Sunday to replenish oxygen and assess the conditions. More than a dozen divers, including Thai Navy SEALs, making their way through the rocky maze using the buddy system to guide the boys out. Each boy surrounded by 2 divers, a line tethering each of them together, reducing the risk of getting lost in the dark and murky water.
It's a very restricted environment, makes it challenging for even those most experienced divers. Much less the kids.
The most challenging part of the journey to safety, the first leg. The rest of it will be on foot, walking through muddy areas, possibly floating in others. Officials were hoping to have the rescue over before monsoon rains intensified, rains that could reflood the caves and erase all of the progress that's been made. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Happening tonight, President Trump will announce his pick to replace retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy. The final 4 judges were handpicked out of a group of 25 candidates by a group of conservative lawyers called the Federalist Society.
We're very close to making a decision.
Who are you deciding between?
Well, it's still, let's say it's the 4 people, but they're excellent. Everyone, you can't go wrong.
The main concern by some Democrats that legalized abortion could be overturned.
A British woman who was exposed to a Soviet-era nerve agent last week has now died. Police say Dawn Sturgis died yesterday. Now, a man who was also exposed to that same nerve agent, Charles Raleigh, is still in critical condition this morning. Police are trying to figure out the source of that contamination. Now, it happened just 9 miles away from where an ex-Russian spy and his daughter were exposed to the same nerve agent back in March. Now, they both survived, but British police later accused Russian agents of trying to kill the two. At this point, police say the 2 incidents may be related. That death is now being investigated as a murder.
This morning, at least 1 person was killed after a helicopter crashed into a townhouse in Williamsburg, Virginia. The impact caused a fire in the adjoining homes as well. State police said the crash is still under investigation, but the pilot was the only person on board. One report this morning says another person at least was killed in the townhouse.
Happening today, some big changes are coming to the downtown Venice area.
Our Marla Spence has a preview of some major construction work today. Marla?
Hey, Ray and Stephanie, there is going to be some major work happening to some major areas here in downtown Venice. This all in hopes of enhancing the beauty and the charm of this historic area. Now, beginning today, this project will reconstruct Tampa, Venice, and Miami Avenues between US 41 Business and Harbor Drive. Now, a list of changes includes stormwater and drainage improvements, new landscaping, and additional stop signs that'll create a 4-way stop in this area. Now, for those who are visiting downtown Venice and business areas, there will be a single lane closure during this reconstruction project. Majority of the work on the eastbound of West Venice Avenue will be this month through October, and work to westbound of West Avenue, Venice Avenue, will happen just within a month between October and November. Now, the city manager here in Venice tells us upgrades comes after a lot of aging infrastructure and poor conditions and landscaping that's either damaged or diseased. We spoke to the assistant city manager, and he tells us he's excited for this project that's expected to begin today.
Things that have really needed attention for a long time. We're finally going to get it. We all kind of complain and suffer through it, but I think at the end of it, it's going to be wonderful.
And giving downtown Venice a new look with these upgrades isn't the only priority, so is safety. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to be telling you what other additions will be added for pedestrian safety in downtown Venice. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Venice for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. The White House has dealt another blow to Obamacare. A move involves freezing risk adjustment payments that help stabilize insurance pools in the marketplace. The program aims to even out the market to encourage insurers to compete based on values of the plan. However, in March, a U.S. District Court ruling determined calculations used to figure program payments were flawed.
Well, all weekend, divers were out hunting for the invasive lionfish. It was all part of Sarasota's 5th annual Lionfish Derby. Fishermen removed about 545 lionfish from area waters. Now, last year, though, that number was over 1,000. Scientists say the data that the fishermen collected will also go a long way towards studying that lionfish population and their behavior. Now, as for visitors, they got a taste, literally, of the fish prepared by some of the area's top chefs. They say it is an experience worth coming back for.
I wanted to try lionfish, kind of on my bucket list. Avid fisherman myself. I'm born and raised here, and they need to, they're invasive. They got to get rid of them. So if they can do something like this to help get rid of them, and we can get a good full belly and something to eat, and I'm all for it.
Top chefs were competing for the tastiest lionfish dish. In first place this year, Michael's on East chef Jamil. He served up a pan-roasted lionfish. It sounds delicious. It's kind of good.
I guess lionfish is tasty.
I've had it before. It's good.
Really?
Is it wrong that I'm saying it's good?
No.
Okay.
Still ahead.
When we come back, we're going to take a look at the box office numbers for this weekend. We'll have that for you in just a moment.
And now a man who enjoys lionfish. Here's a peek outside first off, though, at beautiful blue, deep blue. That can't be that blue in real life. It looks very blue right now at 6:09, John.
Indigo.
Indigo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I'll go with, indigo. So, you can buy lionfish in local grocery stores?
No.
No.
Yeah.
You can?
You can.
Okay.
Some of the upscale grocery stores. Not where I shop. We're looking at temperatures across the region. If you're headed to the beach today, that'll be in the upper 80s. Should be a nice day. Little in the way of any kind of rain chance. UV index will be high, though. Watch for that. And if you are going to the beaches, good news here on the red tide status front. Boat Marine reporters from last observation, anyway, that we have. It'll be updated again at about 10 a.m. this morning. But most locations are now showing green flags, indicating no respiratory irritants in the air, and only 2 beaches showing low concentrations, and then down to the south in Gasparilla, still moderate. So, good news on that front. Watch for a westerly wind to develop later this afternoon. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
Your child's classmate.
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
77 degrees, the air temperature, dew point value coming in at 74. We have a 78-degree heat index. And we are looking at clear skies out there. So it's pretty nice start to the day. A lot of sunshine around, helping to boost our temperatures pretty quickly. 7 a.m. temperature coming in at 82, 12 p.m. temperature coming in at 90 with about a 10% chance of showers. That'll be along the coastline first as the sea breeze begins to develop. And then that rain chance will go up to maybe 20% as we head into the afternoon, about 3 p.m. Thereafter, the rain chance shifts into inland areas. 92 our daytime high today, and I think we'll have a prolonged period of several hours in a row of temperatures that'll be in the 90s because no cooling rains around today. So we have quiet conditions right now. We've had some rain showers to the north part of the state, fairly heavy rainfall at times over the weekend in the north part of the state because of kind of blow off from Chris, which we'll talk about in just a second. Otherwise, we're looking at a morning commute and evening commute as well that should feature pretty quiet conditions here on the Suncoast. There's Chris, formidable tropical storm. I mean, look, you can see the eye wall clearly defined here on our imagery. Hurricane Hunter aircraft went in here and did not really find anything substantially different than the current forecast, but some drier air perhaps trying to work its way in and around, limiting the number of storms developing around the center of circulation. So we'll maintain the current strength of this storm, but it's quite possible we could see a hurricane a little bit later on this afternoon. As it churns and doesn't move too terribly much, it's producing some rip currents and some coastal erosion along the mid-Atlantic coastline. But for us, its impact is really kind of marginal. It will drive down some drier air. That's what this tan color is here, kind of forcing our winds out of the northeast aloft, bringing down that drier air. For today, we still have plenty of moisture in North Florida, and there'll be significant thunderstorm activity there today. But that drier air tomorrow, I think, will limit the number of storms they see. Last week we talked about Beryl. Beryl is now just a remnant storm. Nothing more than a cluster of showers and thunderstorms bringing heavy rain to part of eventually Hispaniola, Puerto Rico. That system will eventually work its way into the northern waters of the Atlantic and die out. Chris also is right now a 60-mile-an-hour storm, 60-mile-an-hour wind speeds, and has a very slight motion to the south at about 1-2 miles per hour. So basically stationary. It is forecast to lift off to the north and to the east and accelerate rapidly out into the open waters of the Atlantic, where it'll die out by this weekend. So we'll watch it. If there's, like I said, little impact on the state of Florida other than drive down some drier air for North Florida. For us, it keeps our winds out of the northeast aloft, limiting our rain shower chances today. I think as we head into the afternoon and evening tomorrow, we'll probably pick up a little bit more moisture coming our way, and especially midweek, we'll draw in some more moist air from the Caribbean that'll help to increase our rainfall chances a bit, perhaps. Northwest wind comes in at about 10 knots today for boating. Nice day out there on the water. Should be just beautiful. 92, our daytime high today. Tomorrow about the same. Chances of rain 20 to 30%. As we head into midweek, we'll kind of up our rain chances just a little bit, lower our temperatures a tad as we get some cooling rain in the forecast. And then as we head into the weekend, I think we can pretty much hold it at about 90 degrees for a daytime high with a rain chance at about 30%. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, John. Let's take a look outside and check out some of your first alert traffic. Starting to see a little bit more red on that map as we normally do around this time of the morning. Up in Manatee County, the Cortez Road is actually a little bit busier than it normally is, and also 301 and State Road 70, just a couple of our normal delays right in that area. A little bit farther south into the area in Sarasota County, we do still have that accident that we've been watching for you right up there at the top of your screen. Of course, US 301 Washington Boulevard southbound in the right lane. The right lane right there is blocked at Myrtle Street. So if that's part of your commute, you might want to give yourself just a few extra minutes to navigate around that area. Not too much else going on in Sarasota. If you're headed a little bit farther south in the area on 75 or 41, both of those are running pretty smooth right now. 618, that is your first alert traffic.
And speaking of traffic, looking ahead this week, more roundabouts are coming to the Suncoast, this time in Manatee County. The state wants to build a $2 million rotary at 15th Street East and 9th Avenue in Bradenton. So tomorrow is your chance to inspect the plans and ask questions. Traffic engineers will be on hand tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Rogers Community United Methodist Church in Bradenton.
Well, the big winner at the box office, some big news for the Beebs, and a big birthday celebration for Tom Hanks.
ABC's Christopher Watson has the latest from Hollywood.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, as expected, the winner at the weekend box office. The Marvel sequel earned an estimated $76 million. That's near the high end of early tracking and nearly $20 million more than the 2015 original's debut took in. The first Purge posting decent numbers, a $17.1 million debut there. Good news for Incredibles 2, it's now the first animated movie to earn $500 million domestically.
Maybe we can be each other's company.
Is Justin Bieber engaged? That's the rumor. TMZ, the first to report the singer popped the question to model Haley Baldwin Saturday in the Bahamas. And happy birthday, Tom Hanks. He's 62 Monday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Jodi Arias is appealing her murder conviction for the 2008 death of her former boyfriend. And Marla?
And there are some major changes coming to historic downtown Venice. I'll have a live report coming up at 6:30.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Pretty shot there in the New York harbor of the Statue of Liberty. Looks like a nice day in New York.
Gorgeous,
shaping up there.
Yeah. Every shot that we take from New York always looks beautiful in the mornings.
I know it does.
Looks
Now,
stunning.
Have you visited that before?
I have, yes. Yes. Many years ago with my parents, actually. Back when more of it was open because it closed a little bit of it down after 9/11.
Yeah, I was there about 2002 when you couldn't go inside to go around the grounds,
Yes.
which is pretty historic.
Yes.
Let's wipe now to the Rosemary District. Here's what it looks like outside our window. Pretty sky there. Should be a nice day. Hot and sunny, dry weather pattern coming through the area. 6:23 right now. Taxes might be going up in the city of Venice. Property owners will receive a notice about a possible increase. The final rate has to go through 2 public hearings still. Should it be approved, money from this increase is expected to go toward things like road and beach improvements as well as funding for the new Venice Pier.
Well, you get a gator, and you get a gator, and you get a gator. But I don't think anybody wants this next one. Take a look at this thing. 13 feet. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office shared this photo yesterday, calling it one of the largest gators they have ever seen on a call. Deputies teamed up with Florida Fish and Wildlife to capture this prehistoric beast. They found it in Shamrock Park in Venice. They actually think it's one of the biggest that they've ever found in the Sheriff's Department history.
Well, is that the one that attacked the dog last week?
I don't know. Could be.
Called a suspect.
Oh, boy. Okay. 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 Well, Jodi Arias, here's a name that we haven't heard in a while. She's appealing her murder conviction for the 2008 death of her former boyfriend.
ABC's Paula Ferris tells us why she thinks her trial wasn't fair.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it was the 4-month trial that gripped the nation, captivating millions.
The simple answer is that he attacked me.
Jodi Arias convicted of first-degree murder in the brutal 2008 killing of her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander. The then 32-year-old testified for an unprecedented 18 days. And now 3 years into serving a life sentence, Arias is appealing to have that conviction overturned, alleging, among other things, prosecutorial misconduct, and that the court's failure to control news coverage created a circus-like atmosphere that deprived her of the right to a fair trial. The appeal also alleges that certain TV personalities like Nancy Grace gave the trial a reality TV flavor. And coming up at 7 a.m., Dan Abrams weighs in live. With your GMA First Look, I'm Paula Ferris, ABC News, New York.
At McCormick, we're obsessed with flavor. It's why we partner with sustainable farmers to find the finest herbs and spices and blend perfectly balanced seasoning mixes. But you don't need to know all that. You just need your food to taste great, which we promise it will.
Hey kiddo, see any stars out there?
Not really.
Grab your jacket.
And try Oreo chocolate candy bars.
Super Emma just about sleeps in her cape. But when we realized she was battling sensitive skin, we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It's gentle on her skin and out-cleans the other free and clear detergent. Dermatologist recommended. It's gotta be Tide.
I found out the hard way. Not all washes take care of intimate odor. Now I know better.
Vagisil Odor Block Wash helps stop odor before it starts for 24 hours of odor protection. So get more from your wash. Get all-day freshness. Vagisil.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Right now, phase 2 of the rescue mission in Thailand. 4 soccer players rescued yesterday. CNN reporting another has just been brought out this morning. We're going to have the latest in just minutes.
President Trump expected to announce his Supreme Court nominee in a prime-time televised address tonight.
And happening today, a major road project kicks off in downtown Venice. We're going to have a live report on just how it may affect your commute. Those stories plus your Monday forecast. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. And good morning to you. It is 6:30 on this Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. Sunny and hot again today. John Scalzi has details for us.
Feels like summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of sunshine around. I don't think we'll have a whole lot of rain showers around today. We have some kind of drier air hugging our western coastline, and that's going to limit the number of storms we get to isolated. The sea breeze will build later in the day, and we'll see a few showers near the coast, and then everything will move inland as we head into the mid-afternoon, hottest part of the day. Right now, a lot of sunshine to greet you this morning. That drier air really giving the sky a nice, beautiful look. We have Chris, a newly formed tropical storm. It's pretty impressive, actually, and could actually become a hurricane a little bit later in the day. It's a strong tropical storm, although there is some drier air perhaps limiting its development over the next few hours, but that might not last. We'll wait and see. Anyway, its impact on the state of Florida really pretty much non-existent, except that it may limit the number of showers that we get in North Florida tomorrow. But for today, it's going to be a wet day north of us. If you're traveling to Orlando today, it's going to be stormy this afternoon. For us, everything's quiet this morning for your morning commute. Trip home this evening should be pretty nice as well. We'll look for a daytime high that tops out around 92. I'll have that complete forecast for you in a sec.
Thank you, John. Also happening today, a major road construction project begins. The Downtown Corridor Roadway Improvements Project in downtown Venice. It's a big deal down there. We've got a live picture there of the sign that trumpets the project. We'll have a live report from Marla Spence in just a few minutes. And Good Morning Suncoast. There's the maps right now. You'll see that there's a little issue there on 301 northbound as you cross over State Road 70. Also on Cortez eastbound as you approach 14th Street West. Farther south now, the northern half of Sarasota County will reveal an ongoing issue first off on 301 at Myrtle in the southbound lane. Also on Fruitville eastbound, both at 301 and also out by McIntosh and Honore. And then checking our final maps to the south. Nothing to speak of besides a little blip there at the base of your screen as you travel through Northport. 6:32 right now.
Right now in Thailand, some good news this morning. A second rescue operation has officially begun. CNN is now reporting that they have gotten one more of those teens out of the cave so far this morning. Now, yesterday's rescue was a success. 4 of the soccer players was brought out, each one accompanied by his own Navy SEAL diver, immediately taken to nearby hospitals for both a physical and mental evaluation. Now, the initial plan was to bring out the 4 boys in the best health, but a physician who's also one of the divers actually switched the plan and brought out some of the weakest instead. Now, it could take 4 days total to bring all of the remaining players as well as their coach out. And new this morning, an underwater pod that might be used in that cave rescue is now on its way to the site. That's from tech entrepreneur Elon Musk. He says his engineers designed what's called a, quote, kid-sized submarine with feedback from some of the workers in Thailand. Musk says the vessel can be carried by 2 divers and it can pass through some of those narrow gaps that they have there in the cave. Now, Musk tweeted that he's hoping that vessel will be used in Thailand or even in future rescues.
President Trump is going prime time tonight to announce his pick for the U.S. Supreme Court. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has a preview from Washington.
President Trump is taking a page out of his reality show days, announcing during primetime his pick for the vacant Supreme Court seat.
We're very close to making a decision.
How many people are you deciding between?
Well, it's still, let's say it's the 4 people, and they're excellent. Everyone, you can't go wrong.
Most Democrats would disagree, going with an ultra-conservative judge to replace retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy could tip the balance of the court for decades.
If you look at what the president said, which is he will nominate someone only if that person is committed to automatically overturn Roe v. Wade. I've never seen a president of the United States, in effect, make himself a puppet of outside groups.
The top 4 judges were handpicked out of a group of 25 by a group of conservative lawyers called the Federalist Society. Judge Brett Kavanaugh, Raymond Kethledge, Thomas Hardiman, and Amy Coney Barrett. Kavanaugh has said he would follow Roe v. Wade fully. Barrett, more nuanced, saying she would not challenge precedent, but that she could envision the scope of abortion rights changing. Kethledge and Hardiman have never spoken publicly about their views on the matter.
I think the president has to think about it. Who is the easiest to get confirmed here?
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has promised a vote on the new Supreme Court nominee by the fall. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News at the Supreme Court.
A developing story this morning. Dozens have been killed or reported missing due to severe floods and landslides following heavy rainfall in southwest Japan. Now, those floods have forced 2 million people to leave their homes after some record rain pounded the area. The Japanese Prime Minister has now set up emergency headquarters at his office. Back here on the Suncoast, happening today, some big changes are coming to the downtown Venice area.
Major road work begins today, and our Marla Spence is live there with a preview in Venice. Marla?
Hey, good morning, Ray and Stephanie. Today, workers will be out here to start some major changes in this historic area of Venice. Now, this is a look at what some of those changes will include once that project is completed. Now, in an effort to keeping businesses and business booming in this area, there will be improvements to drainage and landscaping, but that's not all. There will also be safety improvements for pedestrians. Now, those changes will include installing crosswalks, lighting, reducing crossing distances for pedestrians, and installing pedestrian fencing to guide pedestrians. We spoke to the market manager for the Venice Farmers Market, and he tells us while this area undergoes changes, the location of the famous farmers market will move to City Hall. But he says he doesn't mind, though, because this is a project that'll hopefully impact Venice in a good way.
It's gone into this. It's really not only going to be a structural upgrade, but you can also really see where aesthetically it's going to be beautiful when they're done. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So I think we're going to be here for the season.
Now, there will be a one-lane closure on the eastbound of West Venice Avenue, and this project is expected to be completed come February 2019. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Venice for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Well, deadly protests over a fuel hike in Haiti can now be felt all the way here on the Suncoast. This morning, a Bradenton youth group is still stuck there because of those riots. ABC 7's Erica Jackson spoke with church members and families and has the latest efforts to get the group back home.
28 young missionaries from Bradenton's Woodland Community Church were set to come home from a trip to Haiti on Saturday, but deadly riots canceled their flight, leaving doubt about when and how they can return home to the Suncoast. These 28 members of a Bradenton church left last weekend to worship and work with physically handicapped kids in Haiti.
They feel like God has them there for a reason, that it didn't happen by accident.
Lynn McFarland's husband is leading that youth group, which was supposed to return from Nepali, Haiti on Saturday. But they couldn't reach the airport during deadly protests over a spike in fuel prices.
She called me that morning when she found out that they had tried to get through and couldn't about 3 o'clock in the morning, but she was not afraid.
The Haitian government suspended the price hike Saturday following the protests, but looters are ravaging through the burned and damaged buildings near Port-au-Prince. Gail Swan wasn't able to reach her granddaughter Sophie on Sunday, but believes she's out of harm's way.
They're really safe. They're probably about 2 hours away from Port-au-Prince.
The teens have rescheduled their flights for Monday and Tuesday, if all goes well. Until then, faith is helping overshadow the moments of uncertainty.
I just hope that this doesn't drag out for a long time, because I do miss them.
The U.S. Embassy says internet and phone services are affected throughout Haiti, but we were still able to get in touch with the pastor on the mission trip. He tells us, quote, God is doing mighty things in Nepali, and despite the widespread violence, he says the group is still excited to be in Haiti. Reporting in Bradenton, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
right, thank you, Erica. Well, the Trump administration has released the names of children under the age of 5 who have been separated from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. A judge ordered the Trump administration to release the names of 101 of those kids to the ACLU, who has sued to force the reunions with their parents. There will be a hearing on whether or not to extend the deadline for reuniting children with their families. Government officials say they need a little bit more time to track down dozens of parents who are no longer in custody, including 19 who have already been deported.
Your chance to learn more about using solar panels to save you money. Homeowners can attend a community meeting at 6 o'clock Wednesday at the Jacaranda Library. The meeting will explain how the community is working together to go solar and how it can save you money. Sarasota County has agreed to run 100% on solar and renewable energy sources by the year 2045.
Interesting. All right, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast.
Happening today, preparations for a royal christening. We'll have details of the 22 who are invited coming up. 6:40 right now. This is a shot of Thailand, the epicenter of all things right now.
Such amazing good news. And we were talking, John Scalzi and I were talking, like, this is like good news right now that I think we all kind of need. A lot of people watching this story. 4 of the soccer players, of course, were rescued yesterday. CNN was reporting that they have been able to bring 1 more out today. So the rescues continue. More good news is on the way. And we, of course, will keep you updated right here on ABC 7.
As far as an update on the local forecast, here's John Scalzi.
So we are looking at a very quiet morning commute. No issues whatsoever. All the inclement weather boxes are remain unchecked this morning. As you head out the door, you'll find a lot of sunshine out there. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s on the way home, upper 80s. It's going to be warm depending on your commute time. It could be in the 90s. And only an isolated inland shower possible for you. Airport hub delays, there are none, according to the FAA. Complete weather forecast coming up in just a few.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
When you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
77-degree air temperature outside, dew point value coming in at 74. It's up a degree. It's a nice start to the day. Plenty of sunshine around for you this morning. Nothing in the way of any kind of rainfall. In fact, it's a beautiful sky. Humidity at 90%. That gives us a heat index of 78 degrees. So we are looking today at some very pleasant conditions. The planner is showing by 9 a.m. 82 degrees. It will be hot and it will be muggy. It's summer in Florida. We'll look for 90 degrees by the time we hit noon, with only about a 10% chance of showers. Rain chances today are going to be less than average for this time of year. Maybe a shower near the coastline first as the sea breeze begins to develop, but then as it clears the area, all the rain chances go inland, and by 3 p.m., we'll have at most a 20% chance of showers. And in inland areas, a little bit higher, but still we're looking at isolated showers as there's some drier air that's kind of filtered in across our region. By 7 p.m., nice evening, I think. Temperature of it about still warm at 87, but along the beaches should be a beautiful, beautiful sunset tonight. So we have some moisture located to the north in the northern part of the state, and that's going to produce, again, like it did yesterday, numerous showers and thunderstorms. But the drier area in place over our location will limit the number of storms that we have compared to what they're going to see to the north of us. So the morning commute, as I mentioned, fine. And the evening commute coming home should be fine as well. Now, there's Chris. Chris continues to spin around, and its circulation is tending to want to draw down some drier air, and that's indicated here by these tan contours. So a lot of the mid-Atlantic coastline stretching down to the Georgia-Florida border is going to be rain-free today. But the showers and thunderstorms will be numerous in North Florida. Tomorrow, some of that drier air will filter in, and the rain shower chances for North Florida will be reduced. But if you're traveling to Orlando today, you can expect to see thunderstorms around. Beryl, we were talking about that last week. Now just a remnant low. It's not an issue. It will bring some rain showers to parts of the leeward, windward islands, also as far to the west as perhaps Hispaniola in a couple of days. But it really will not impact the United States whatsoever, except maybe down the road in terms of a little bit of moisture, perhaps, in a roundabout way. Tropical storm Chris, again, 60-mile-an-hour winds, could become a hurricane later today. Forecast to move into the open waters of the Atlantic very quickly as we head into day 3. I think we'll see it just speed up to the Labrador Currents, where it'll eventually just die out. Paralleling the coastline of the mid-Atlantic for the next couple of days, it'll produce rip currents and some perhaps coastal erosion. Spinning area of low pressure draws down dry air, keeping us in the dry conditions, while North Florida gets lots of rainfall and maybe as far south as Orlando, or maybe some inland showers, but our coastal region stays dry today. So we look for mostly sunny conditions, isolated storms, but better midweek rain chances as the drier air that's going to be wrapping down around the circulation of Chris gets replaced in our area by a little bit more humid air riding up from the Caribbean. That's what that red is. Redder is wetter in this graphic. So we could get better rain chances as we head into midweek. North wind coming in at about 10 knots. Nice day for boating. Today we'll look for about 92 for a daytime high. Same thing tomorrow, I think. 20 to 30% chance of rainfall for the next couple of days. That moisture starts to return. We'll up our rain chance on Thursday. Still undecided yet. I might keep that rain chance a little bit higher than 30% on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but right now we'll hold it at about 30% with temperatures near 90. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, John. Let's take a look outside and check out that first alert traffic for you. So far in Manatee County, those roads are not looking too bad, just our normal morning delays, especially those ones that are coming over the bridge into Bradenton. Plenty of delays. 41 running a little bit slow, as is 301. Then in Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad yet. Not too much going on in there, too. Just our normal slowdowns, again, as you're coming off of 75 and onto some of those main roads. If you're headed a little bit farther south in the area, both 75 and 41 are running pretty smooth at this hour. It is 6:48. That is your first alert traffic.
The man who helped spark the Me Too movement will be arraigned on more charges today. Disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein is accused of 2 more counts of predatory sexual assault and forcible sexual acts. Dozens of women have made claims against Weinstein this past year. A lawyer for Weinstein says rape accusations are absurd and that his client will be fully vindicated.
Happening today, the christening of Prince William and Duchess Catherine's third child, Prince Louis. He's going to be christened at the Chapel Royal in St. James Palace by the Archbishop of Canterbury. Lots of history going on today, too. Now, Louis is going to be wearing the same cream lace and satin gown that was worn by his siblings, George and Charlotte. That gown is actually a replica of one made way back in 1841 for Queen Victoria's oldest daughter. Now, this one is going to be a small celebration. Only close family and friends and Ray Collins are expected to attend the 40-minute private ceremony.
I wish. 22 people total.
22 people, that's it. Small ceremony, unlike the recent large ceremony that they had with Harry and Meghan.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, something out there. We may have talked about it.
6:49 right now. Your day's top 7 headlines before 7 a.m. is straight ahead.
That's right. That includes a look at your first alert weather and traffic as you get ready for your day. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Welcome back. It is 6:53, and here's your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's first alert weather forecast.
John?
How you guys doing?
John, are you there?
Yeah. Hi. So we're looking at sunglasses and an app to take with you to work today. It's going to be a lovely day out there. We look for dry conditions, humid, mostly sunny, and better midweek rain chances. Temperature as you walk out the door, 77 degrees. Back to you.
All right, John, thanks very much. Checking our number 2 item right now. This is the scene in Manatee County. Some issues there on 14th Street West, both north and southbound. Also, State Road 70, particularly in the westbound lanes. All right, number 3 now.
And number 3, some major changes and improvements coming to downtown Venice. It starts today. A road project to enhance the charm. That's going to include some improvements to landscaping and crosswalks, lightings, all kinds of big things. That project is expected to finally be finished in February.
Number 4, your chance to learn this week about using the sun to save you money. There's a community meeting Wednesday night at 6 p.m. at the Jack Randall Library, also in Venice. Sarasota County has agreed to run 100% on solar and renewable energy sources by the year 2045.
And number 5, after 4 were rescued from that Thailand cave yesterday, CNN is reporting that 1 more has now been rescued this morning.
Number 6, happening tonight, President Trump will announce his pick to replace retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy in a primetime televised special.
And number 7, what's trending? Maybe that money can't actually buy you happiness. A new survey found that 74% of people quit their boring 9-to-5 jobs to pursue their dream jobs. The top 3 industries that people actually left behind were retail, hospitality, and finance. Almost half of them said that they made way less money, but their overall mental and physical health was so much better. About 90% said their dream job was doing something meaningful. What would be your dream job?
Well, a travel writer.
Oh, I like that, because you guys love to travel.
We do, but you know, I'm not sure about you guys. I hear once a week, oh, I've always wanted to be on TV and be a newscaster or meteorologist, but I never had the guts to pursue it. Don't you hear that occasionally?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes, I feel good about that.
I say run away from that. What's your dream job?
After retirement?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing is smash the alarm clock.
I was like, you can't, no, you can't. Your retirement can't be your dream job, although that's not a bad one.
And then I think, you know, I would like to be a race car mechanic, but I don't think that I would be able to do that in retirement years.
We could team up, though, because my dream job is to be a race car driver or an astronaut.
There you go.
But I'm really only qualified to make, like, seashell animals.
Well, that's the other thing.
Limited skills to work with over here.
I would like to be a metal sculptor, I think.
Oh, I like that. I could see you doing that.
You are full of surprises.
He really is.
All right.
He's the most fascinating man.
He's our Renaissance man. Have a good day, folks.